Okay, we are live. Hello, everyone. My name is Madison, and we are from the Evansville Christian Life Center.
Yes. I'm Gina. I'm the executive director.
And I'm Sharon Taylor, the director of operations here at the Life Center.
And welcome to another episode of Ask ECLC. This week, we are talking to Sharon Taylor because we are in the midst of 30 Days of Poverty, and we have decided that we really want 30 Days of Poverty to be about poverty awareness, what poverty specifically looks like in Evansville, and how you can get involved. But first, Sharon, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, goodness. Okay. So one of the things that they want me to tell you is how long I've worked here, which is kind of one of those, like, a very long time. No, actually, I just had my 18th anniversary here. So I have been at the Life Center quite a while and seen a lot of changes over the years and really love where we're at and the direction we're going. As far as what my role is, I oversee the life care programs. And for those that don't know, the life care programs are our clothing department, our career clothing, the hot meal program, and then the food co-op. Those programs are considered relief programs, so we see a lot of folks that are having a felt need in their life. They need food, they need clothing, and so they come to use those services. And then I also oversee the facilities and grounds and building projects and stuff.
Which is your favorite?
That's the fun part.
That's the fun stuff.
I have a real passion when you watch certain things like the Money Pit. No, we are so blessed to own our building, and with it being well over 130 years old, it does cause us to have a lot of challenges sometimes, but it's a beautiful facility. If you've never been here, you really want to come take a tour and see what
Absolutely.
we do here, and check it out. If you like old buildings, you'd like to come on a tour.
Gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Karen, thank you so much for your comment.
Yeah.
We really
Hey,
appreciate
Karen.
it. Anybody who is tuning in, you are more than welcome to give us your questions right now. We just are talking about a topic, but you guys are more than welcome to, if you have any questions, just, it's an open dialogue, guys.
That's right.
It can be,
Love
it
it.
can be very open.
We love hearing from you.
Yes. So we are in the midst of 30 Days of Poverty, and for you guys both, what do you think is one thing that you would want the community to know about poverty in Evansville specifically?
You know that poverty has many different faces. I think that people, I remember years ago, and I tell this story all the time, but I remember years ago a gentleman came to us and said, you know, he wanted to make a documentary about a video about that homeless person under the bridge because that was his perception of what poverty was.
Exactly.
And it's so much more. And so I would want people to understand that it's not just about the homeless person under the bridge.
What about you, Sharon?
I think for me, what I find very interesting is oftentimes when folks live in poverty, you don't wear a sign on yourself saying, I live in poverty.
Yes,
right. And when you really start looking at data and hard statistics such with the U.S. Census Bureau and stuff like that, when you recognize in Vanderbilt County, 1 out of every 5 people live in poverty, you know, oftentimes when you're standing in line, like checking out at Walmart or something, sometimes I play through my mind 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Right.
and just at your church when you sit down in your church,
Absolutely.
and you are in any large group of people going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and to realize that's a lot of people.
Yes.
And the truth is sometimes poverty is so obscure and it's hard to get your head around that you don't realize how prevalent it is because it's not something you walk around and say, "Gosh, I live in poverty," and how hidden it can be.
Yes. Going along with that, what do you feel like is the biggest misconception about those kind of people who are living in poverty? What do you feel like you've often seen people say over and over again about people living in poverty?
Well, you know, when you go the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, poverty, you know, it's the squeaky wheel gets the grease. And oftentimes people think of people in poverty, that welfare mom, the entitlement mentality, you know, they should just get a job and all this stuff. And, you know, and those statements are all, they can be very true, but that is that one face of poverty. What I recognize is the bulk of people that even we serve here at the Life Center, you know, the hot meal program can serve today, they're probably going to be about 275 meals just for an hour and a half. And that in reality, even though people come in here, and if you come for a tour, you're going to see people that are very polite, kind, they greet you, they seem real happy, but the truth is no one wants to come use our services.
Right.
You know, and in reality, they make the best of where they're at. There, for the most part, isn't that you owe me.
Yeah.
Do we see you owe me? Absolutely, but it is the small percentage of that.
Yeah.
How many times, I know you guys have seen that, where someone will come and they'll use a service and like in the clothing department, and they'll be getting clothing for their children. When they come again, they bring donations. You know, we've had many times people who have used our services that when they get in a better place, they are now bringing food because they needed to get food. And, you know, to realize that it's not just down and out. It's like, I understand and I want to do my part. So I think that's a real big misconception. Everybody thinks you owe them.
No, for sure.
And they want to give back.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You know, they do. They want to find a way that they can give back because you were there for me when I needed those services. And so I can give back too. And that's a powerful piece.
Yeah. I have one question from Karen. She says, do you still have progressive dinners? Do you know what that is?
Yeah, we don't do progressive dinner tours anymore. But we do tours at the drop of a hat. And so, in other words, if you or your family or your small group at your church or a civic group or whatever group wants to do a tour, I did one already today. I've got another one this afternoon. They take about 45 minutes. And so we say you can do them on your lunch hour. I mean, we would love to book you for a tour so that you can be updated on what we do. You know, I say constantly that if you have not been physically in the Life Center within the last year to 2 years, you don't really know who we are because we've changed so much. So just give us a call. We'd love to take you on a tour and share who we are.
Yeah. And she also asked, what's the biggest volunteer opportunity right now? So what do you need right now volunteer-wise?
Oh, wow. If you ask each department, I'll do this with Sharon. If you ask each department, they're going to say, it's me. You know, from our clinic to the hot meal program, to the clothing department, to parenting rewards, every single area, fatherhood initiative, every single area needs volunteers.
Yes,
and so really it's based on your gifts and talents, what God has given you. And so that's how we discover where you want to volunteer is during a tour.
Yeah. So kind of going along with that, and in each department, I figure I want Sharon to talk about her department, and then you can kind of see what you talk about with every department. What is the different kind of poverty you have seen even within ECLC?
Okay. Well, in the hot meal program, you know what? Everybody gets hungry every few hours. So if you come to the hot meal program, you will see all types of people here. We even work with volunteers to train them that don't make a judgment on who's sitting here. You will see people who appear homeless. You may see people who are single parents. You may see people here that are wearing clothing with work logos on. They come here for their lunch break. You know, sometimes they'll come in from the parking lot and go, wow, that people have cars. And it's like, well, if you've tried to get around Evansville, you need a car. It may not be the best, but that's how you're going to be gainfully employed. But we don't know what kind of expenses people have in their homes. They may have had a bankruptcy. They may be paying their child support. And if you go through a drive-through anywhere and you even try the dollar menu, free is cheaper than anything. So, and we serve really good food. So there is a real sense of community when you're in there. There's healthy relationships being formed. There are parameters as far as, you know, if you are doing something illegal, you don't do it here. And so people can come here and really enjoy the fellowship and be a part of the volunteers and stuff. So, so you could see anybody. And as far as with volunteers and the staff, we encourage everyone to eat here and have lunch. So you're invited for a tour, but you're also invited for lunch Tuesday through Friday, 11 to 12:30. We're not going to think twice about that, but it's a good way just to find people and just get to know what's on their heart.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It is. Yeah. You know, some of what poverty looks like in our other departments, I mean, through our clinic, we have pregnancy needs, family practice care needs, and dental care. And, you know, dental, what we found out is we're one of the few dental clinics throughout the tri-state area that can see dental Medicaid patients, that we have a sliding scale fee. We're doing tooth cleanings now from Mondays and Fridays, and that's $10. And so for those of us that have to go and pay for our dental services, or if we have dental insurance, we know how expensive that can be. And so poverty takes on different faces in different areas. And so our pregnancy services are at no charge. So clients can come in and they can get a pregnancy test, an STD test, ultrasound, all of that at no charge.
Yeah.
And so that means a lot.
Yeah.
If, you know, if you don't have the funds to be able to do that, back in our parenting department, it's the same thing. You know, if you come from the clinic and you found out that you're having an unexpected pregnancy, you're facing a lot of expenses with that baby.
Yeah.
And so we want to help you get past that barrier. And getting past that barrier is helping you get the things that your baby needs. And so while you're getting the education. So, yeah, so I mean, it looks different in all areas. And our goal is just to help the client where they're at.
Yes.
And to build that relationship with them.
Absolutely. So kind of to wrap it up, I really want to talk to you guys about what people, and this goes along with Karen's question, what can people do to really actually fight poverty in their community? What does that look like? What do you guys think so?
I think, first of all, people need to understand what poverty looks like, so
Yes.
start exploring that.
Education.
The next thing would be really find out what your passion is and find out who's doing that. In
Absolutely.
our community.
Yes.
Our community is wonderfully blessed with a lot of different agencies that do wonderful work. You know, sometimes a lot of people start at the Life Center because we're fun. But
awesome.
the other part of it is with volunteerism. If you are wanting to engage, we are fortunate to have so many different ways you can engage that some other agencies don't have that privilege, whether it is like at the clinic or with the parenting program, the fatherhood initiative,
Right.
wherever it is, what your passion is, we're often a good starting point. But we also know if we're not doing it, we know who is. And
Absolutely, yes.
you know, a lot of it, we're fortunate to be able to have those conversations. What do you enjoy? What did you not like? You know, those kind of things, and help people really get connected. But before you go off and say, wow, this is neat, I really think I want to do this, find out who's doing that in our community and partner with them and see what that's
Absolutely.
like.
Yes.
If you are a person who literally loves to be somebody's cheerleader, put your arm beside them on them and help them walk through life, you know, our GAIN Anti-Poverty Initiative is that is a huge
Absolutely.
piece that you could be a part of. You know, you're not giving someone money. You're not giving them a cookie cutter approach to how they move forward. You're letting them hope and dream on their own, and you're giving them that opportunity to be able to move forward. But you're being the cheerleader. They come up with their own goals and their own plans, and literally you are just being there for them, being that listening ear, helping holding them accountable to their plans. So if you're somebody who likes to do that, GAIN is for you. So I just invite you to explore. Explore what there is out there. And like Sharon said, if it's not us, it could be another organization. And we partner with over 150 different agencies out there. And so we can help plug you in where your gifts and talents are going to be used the best.
Well, thank you so much to you guys for coming here and talking about that. And like they said, we have so many different opportunities. Just go to restoringpeople.com and you will see all the different services that we offer here that you could partner with, or if you're actually in need yourself, we have so many different things that we offer here, or we, like they said, we know of somebody who actually does it themselves. Go ahead and follow us on Facebook at Evansville Christian Life Center, and then at all the other platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, the whole thing, at Restoring People. We would love to connect with you. If you have any more questions, feel free to always message us on Facebook or contact us here at the Life Center. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we will see you again.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later.